NBA is going through an unprecedented Achilles crisis. According to the numbers, across the 33 years from 1990 to 2023, the NBA saw just 45 confirmed Achilles ruptures, averaging fewer than 1.4 per year. But over the past year, that rare injury has exploded. In just the last 12 months, the NBA has reported 8 Achilles ruptures, nearly 6 times the historical average, and easily surpassing the previous single-season high of 5. What makes it even stranger is that this injury wave seems to have a bizarre connection to players wearing number 0, from Damian Lillard, Jayson Tatum, and Tyrese Haliburton, to Dante DiVincenzo. Multiple core players have gone down at the worst possible moments, and this isn't just an aging veteran problem anymore. 25-year-old Haliburton, 27-year-old Tatum, players who should be right in the middle of their physical prime are suddenly being forced to face the biggest challenge of their careers. So why has Achilles rupture suddenly become so common? The modern NBA is being played at the fastest pace since the 1970s. Teams are averaging nearly 109 possessions per game, which means players are being asked to sprint harder, stop faster, change direction more violently, and jump more often, all in less time. Every explosive movement is like stretching a rubber band to its absolute limit, and eventually the cumulative stress on the Achilles reaches a breaking point. If you closely watch the injury moments, you'll notice a pattern. When players try to explode forward or change direction, they often drive their foot hard into the floor to generate force. That movement places massive stress on the Achilles in an instant, and when the calf muscles are fatigued or already strained, the workload they normally absorb gets transferred directly onto the Achilles tendon. Haliburton was already dealing with a calf issue before suffering his injury. That has become a common warning sign in multiple Achilles rupture cases. Look deeper, and the problem goes beyond the NBA itself. This is also the product of basketball's non-stop grind culture. In 2013, Kobe Bryant tore his Achilles and was never the same player again. In 2018, DeMarcus Cousins ruptured his left Achilles. After returning, his scoring dropped from 25 points per game to single digits, and he was effectively out of the league by age 32. In recent years, Achilles injuries have kept piling up. Some critics point directly at the 82-game regular season schedule.
Like this in the league.
Is it the shoes? Is it the wear and tear? I have zero clue, but it is a hot topic on social media.
I don't think, I'm with KD. I don't think it has anything to do with the shoes. I think it's more the wear and tear.
Others point to training overload and the intensity of the modern game. Many stars have been playing year-round since childhood through AAU basketball. That circuit is notorious for multiple games in a single day and non-stop competition year-round. Some players used to play 3 to 5 games in a single weekend. At the extreme, even 5 or 6 games in one day. AAU became one of the biggest pipelines to Division I college basketball, but it also created overuse risk long before players ever reached the NBA. According to ESPN reporting, medical investigators sent by Adam Silver found an important trend. Haliburton, Tatum, Kevin Durant, and others all dealt with calf-related issues before their Achilles injuries. That dramatically increases rupture risk. The league also reviewed off-season training plans and even looked into youth development patterns. They've begun using AI tools to analyze movement data and identify which players may be more vulnerable to injury before disaster strikes. The league has also flagged other possible risk factors: long-term use of low-top shoes, excessive load-bearing training, and even certain antibiotics that may weaken tendon tissue. Adam Silver has publicly encouraged players to prioritize rest during the off-season.
Players that they need more rest on their body in the off season. I mean, you've got guys working out 3 times a day. So I'm hopeful that by looking at more data, by looking at patterns that we didn't realize that leads to an Achilles injury, whether it's associated with calf injuries, we really don't know. But we're taking it very seriously.
After multiple Achilles injuries, performance staffs have also started adjusting training programs, putting more focus on recovery and mobility work. Recent injury trends suggest a lot of players are entering the season already carrying long-term fatigue. And once that happens, One wrong step can become a career-defining moment. The problem starts young. From AAU onward, players are trapped in a non-stop cycle of games and training. Once they reach the NBA, social media makes it even worse, because every player constantly sees competitors posting extra workouts. That creates an arms race mentality, where nobody feels comfortable taking time off. And when the body loses its recovery window, minor injuries keep stacking until something catastrophic happens. The NBA has clearly recognized the problem. Even before Haliburton's injury, the league had already assembled a 7-member medical panel to investigate the spike in Achilles injuries. They plan to use AI to break down massive amounts of game footage, searching through thousands of sprints, jumps, and landing sequences to identify hidden injury triggers. The numbers are brutal. Roughly 72% of NBA players eventually return after an Achilles rupture. But fewer than 1 in 3 ever regain their previous level of performance. So this Achilles crisis is not just a tragedy for individual players. It's a warning siren for the entire basketball world.